Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Sunday Morning Coffee with Lisa. I'm spiritual coach Lisa Hopp. It is Sunday, October 9th, 2022. I hope you are well today. If you're new to my podcast, please be sure to check out my website at lisahopp.com. It is all about my work, how to schedule an appointment, upcoming events. I'm also on YouTube. You're probably listening to this on YouTube. Please like, subscribe, and share if you connect. Instagram under Spiritual Coach Lisa Hopp, Facebook business page under Lisa M. Hopp Spiritual Coach, and Medium. I think that's it. I'm under TikTok too. I'm due to schedule some things on TikTok. But check me out, please. And for those of you who come back every week, thank you so much for your feedback and your positive energy. I appreciate you all so very much. And if there is a topic that you'd like me to talk about, please feel free to email me at serenitiharbor@verizon.net. Thank you. So our topic for today where I am this beautiful Sunday, the topic is excuses. Are you the king, the queen, the spirit totem of excuses? Let me explain excuses to you a bit there. You have a very powerful mind. And this powerful mind can create anything that you intend to create. We often do it on autopilot. We emit a vibration that comes back to us. We often don't realize, many of us, the power of our thoughts and our words and our emotions. Our subconscious mind, however, while it's not human, while it really doesn't have an emotional setting to it, is easily programmed to support us. It's black and white. It responds to what we feed it, what we put in to its hard drive, it spits out to us. So for instance, probably at some point in your life, an event happened, or someone said something to you, and maybe that inspired you, motivated you, or perhaps it caused you to have doubts or to feel that you are unworthy or not more than enough. So that brilliant mind of yours remembered that moment, and the desire in that moment to not only feel those feelings, but also to protect yourself from experiencing those feelings again. And the powerful mind honors that. So in that very moment when you have that experience where you hear words or you witness an experience and you formulate a perception about that experience, about yourself, and maybe about life and others, your protective, programmed mind will make sure that the choices that you make in life back that up. So let's say, for instance, you desire to make a change in your life, which is what we're all about when we come to Earth, is growing and creating and expanding and making changes. I always say we are all work in progress or under construction, but in a very positive way. Your subconscious mind will remind you about that protection that you want and need. And it comes out in the verbalization or actions of excuses. I have to settle where I am. I have to accept these circumstances. I have to stay in this home or at this job. I can't go for that. That's what another type of person does. I am separate from people who are wealthy. They're a certain way. I'm a certain way. This is all programming that comes out in excuses. Because you can change whatever you set your mind to. Whatever you formulate and program your mind to can be changed. And it's embedded in us. It's at the core of us. This subconscious programming of ours. The programming of this brilliant mind. It's often on autopilot. We often don't realize that we're living day to day in the habits of it. Getting up, perhaps starting the day the same way, and then ending the day the same way. Every once in a while, a little, moment is thrown in to make it interesting. But for the most part, we are putting out what we're used to and getting back what we expect. And our expectations are based on what we've experienced before, through what we've put out, and what we've gotten back. I hope you're with me here. The mind, our subconscious mind, our powerful mind that can light up Philadelphia, Chicago, New York City, Los Angeles. It's that powerful. It can do a lot. I hear people sometimes make jokes or fun of the power of the mind. When people make their intentions to perhaps put vibration to weather or an event, and they, it's possible. It is. If there is a mass thought form that wants to keep something away, something will stay away. That is how powerful a mind can be, and a group mind can be. Mass consciousness is always at work. It usually comes out when, let's just say this, we usually tend to choose our higher consciousness at some point. Goodwill always eventually wins out. And that is mass consciousness. And you may have a more smaller group of people, or you may even get pulled from time to time into negative thinking or negative words. But inherently within us is a connection to higher consciousness, to the connection to home, to heaven. And so we may swerve off our path at times, but we'll always come around again and choose the higher consciousness. We always choose peace eventually over war. We'll always come to the aid of our fellow man eventually, no matter what. Because higher consciousness is very powerful, and it's within us and about us. It's what we know, so we can't divert away from it forever. We'll always go the way of love, joy, harmony, tranquility, serenity, and peace. Eventually. But along the way, we can give ourselves a very bumpy ride. And that teaches us our lessons. It helps us to grow. We could make it easier on ourselves. But with our 5 senses, we often choose not to. Because we get caught up in our day-to-day. And we get backed away or distracted from understanding and deliberately using our subconscious mind, our powerful mind. And it's subconscious and conscious, by the way. It is the power of our thoughts and our emotions. It is a discipline. It is a focus. It is a concentration. But all of us are capable of doing it. So when you make excuses for anything about your life and about yourself, I am not in any way saying that that is wrong. Just be very careful that when you make excuses, you're just not saying, I'm not worthy of better. I'm not good enough to have that. We are all supposed to love and accept ourselves for where we currently are. But you do it from a place of love as you troop on forward towards loving yourself and giving yourself better and better. You see the difference? There's a difference between I can't do that, this is who I am, or I am always like that, this is how I am, and settling. And yes, I can have moments like that, but I know that I'm worthy of better. I know that I am deserving of love. Our mind will tell us the excuses because at a time and place, at least at a start at some point, and then events happen to back it up, we got a belief and a perception. And that belief and that perception in that experience or those words that told us something, that made us formulate the beginning of excuses for ourselves. Again, making you think you don't deserve something, or it's just who you are to have perhaps more negative emotions. That is all a belief that you have decided with choice to have in your mind. So your subconscious mind serves you. Your powerful mind serves you. It understands that you are just trying to protect yourself, and it's backing you up. So that when you go to make a move on something positive, if you go to start a healthy plan for yourself or practice for yourself, your mind will tell you, you don't have time for that. You have something else that's more important to do. I started myself a new meditation practice this week. And on the third day, I simply slept longer than I expected to. So I went to tell myself, I don't have time now for my morning meditation, and I'm so happy with me. I normally, another person or myself perhaps would say, that's right, you don't have the time today, you can do it tonight, or you can do it, it's all right to skip a day, get ready for your day. I refused. I said, no, I do have time for this. This is how I start my day. I can do this, even if it means that I am rushing around more afterwards. This time is my own, and I am not going to change it. And I did it, and it started my day for the better, and the day was a wonderful day. Because how we start our day matters. If we start on a positive note, we're ready for more positive, and it tends to be more positive. We can also handle if things do come up to handle if we start on a positive note. But if we start it off, notice your day may very well be more off. And yes, to a lesser extent, Perhaps you've decided it's time to start a diet program. And then you stall, you procrastinate, you make excuses. That is a fear of change. That is your mind telling you or reminding you about a memory. And maybe it's not a conscious memory, but a memory where that was not a pleasant experience for you. Or actually, that you are not deserving or worthy enough to have success in that area. It thinks it's protecting you by the programming it receives, by diverting you from what you'd like to change. All procrastination and stalling is fear of change and a feeling of unworthiness and lack of love. What if it doesn't work out? Do I really even deserve it? It is so important to push through, like I did this week. Even if it is a day where it might make you 2 minutes late for something, push through, give yourself that time. Or even if you have to cut whatever time you give yourself a little bit down, still give yourself the time. Because if you can implement something in place that serves you and push through the excuses, and you can do it for a few weeks, 21 days, 30 days, you will see a life difference. You will see doors and windows open up in your favor. You may also see changes that look destructive or scary, but they're all about bringing better to you. They're all also about the doors and the windows. Essentially, excuses are saying, I'm not good enough. And that is an error. Because you are good enough. Just by being a creation. Just by being on this earth. Just by having a will and a heart. You have a purpose. So today, ask yourself, what have I been putting off? What would I do if I could? I will tell you again, if you are someone who listens to me frequently, and thank you again. If you are a person on this earth that uses money as an excuse, it is not a truth. It may be a present physical reality to you. Money is a symptom of energy, of abundance. If you feel abundant, and you don't even have to feel abundant financially, if you feel abundant with blessings, with gratitude, if you appreciate your family, your friends, your work, if you're walking around this earth in love with life and in love with yourself and just in love with being alive, money will not be an issue. Because it is a higher vibration to feel all that. And money is a symbol of a higher vibration. And when we walk around feeling lower, I'm not enough, I'm worried, I'm stressed, we're in lack. And the mind of ours honors the lack, and everything becomes stifled. What is so important to do is, if there is something that you want to do, whether it be travel somewhere or just to feel freedom, feel the freedom in yourself right now before you have a reason to feel it. Research the trip. Talk to an agent. Look where you would stay. Look on the internet for the best deal on the item that you want. Ask for what you want to receive with faith and hope, believing it is already yours, and watch help come for it. We often, when things work out for us, call it miracles. A miracle is only a shift in energy. The people or person involved didn't give up hope, faith, belief, and at the same time was open, allowed themselves to have it, believed they were worthy, and was enough detached for when it would arrive to allow it to arrive. When you know it's going to pop up at some point, you're out of the way of it. Through that hope and that belief and that faith and that knowing that you may not see it, but it's already yours. Watch your thoughts and your words. If you're walking around saying, I would do that, but I can't afford it, that is exactly what you're going to get. Continuously, over time. And then one day, you will have a little brief, I wouldn't mind it. It's okay today if I received it. And that will be the day that you win at the bingo or you get a break. You hear of a resource. That is how subtle the energy within us can be, that we don't even realize that we make our miracles. We create our miracles. It's not outside ourselves. It's all within us. You deserve all that you would ask for. Watch the spoken word that has so much power. Watch the emotions that have so much power. When you go to make an excuse, stop yourself and somehow stick with it, even if it's smaller. The timing, the moment, the plan. See what you can do to not get off completely. But if you do, the wonderful thing about life is that it gives you a fresh day every day. Every single day is a new beginning, a new way of looking at things, a new way of feeling. You can start over every single day. While the mind wants to protect you from possible hurt. You are more powerful. You can be in control of this awesome mind. You can reprogram your subconscious. You can shift your habits, bring opportunities to you. You are always in charge of changing yourself, and you always have the ability. You are in control. Life is not in control of you. You are not a puppet. You are not here hoping for good luck and bad luck and all these things that we can be taught. You are in control. I encourage you to make a disciplined effort to focus on changing yourself and your life for the better. It will lead to freedom, happiness, much more than perhaps you've known. Try it. You do not have to accept the negative. You only have to embrace and grow what is so wonderfully positive. Thank you so much for joining me today on this wonderful Sunday. I wish you well. I wish you many blessings. I wish you freedoms. I wish you smiles. Please be sure again to check out my website at lisahop.com. And if you wish to serve because you connected with this podcast today, please do share, like, subscribe. I'd appreciate it so very much. Thank you again, and many blessings.